Hey, what's good, everybody? How's it going? Let's see. Let's bring up the chat. Hey, is audio good? Can everybody hear me on the first episode? Or is it like... How are we doing? Let me know, chat. Do we have audio? We good? Let me see. Let me pull it up. Let me check this side because this isn't... Okay, that's there. Yeah, sounds good. All right, cool. So chat is there's a delay of about, what was that, 10, 15 seconds? I'm too... Thank you, Jojo. Jesus. Jojo is ready, set, go. He is having a forest fire, so to speak. All right. So welcome everybody to the first... No judging. Hey, only God can judge me. So I'm gone. Oh, wait. Either love me or leave me alone. Yeah, I almost had that. Anyway, welcome to the very first episode of Nightcrawler's podcast. I have a great panel with me, so let's introduce them. First, we have Ray. What's up, Ray?
What's going on, man? Congratulations on the grand opening.
Thanks, bro. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and, what you do.
Well, I'm a 48-year-old gamer. I live out in California, Northern California. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I love gaming. I play pretty much every platform, PS5, Xbox, PC, and also cloud gaming. So I think I started really getting into streaming maybe about in 2018, doing podcasts and just doing streaming games. And now I'm actually working on shows. Just did a new sports show with Cloud Gaming.
I saw that. That was tight.
Yeah, so just doing, man, just some amazing community, so many different people. And I love, like when you said to ask, hey man, can you come on the show? I love helping other fellow gamers put their content out there, man. So I'm glad to be here. And then you got two fabulous guys that's getting ready to come on here, so I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, boy. All right. So sorry, audience. I can get kind of loud. All right. So let's bring on our next guest, Uncle Jerry himself, Mr. Game Tech Planner.
Uncle Jerry.
What's up?
Oh
Jerry?
man. What's going on, man? It's good to be here.
Yes, thank you, brother. As well, yourself, please tell the audience a little bit about you and where you're from and what you do.
Yeah, I pretty much started gaming way back in the 80s. Since we're giving out ages, Ray makes me feel a little bit better about saying I'm 40. Even it's rare that I'm on the younger side, but anyway, but I've been gaming for like 35 years, and 2 years ago decided to turn that passion into content, and here we are with Game Tech Planet and probably some other ventures as well. And I do everything that I can to just cover cloud, PC, console as much as I can on the channel, answer questions, help out people. And like Ray said, the more fun part too is just helping out other content creators. So I know we've been talking about this for a long time. You've been wanting to do this, and finally you were like, hey, in a couple of nights it goes live. Are you good? Yep, good to go. Even though it's later here than for you guys.
Rough Riders, baby. Take them all out.
I'm on the East Coast, they're on the West Coast, so it's
man.
a different situation. Yeah.
So thank you for being here. Before I introduce the next guest, it means a lot to me, both of you. I think Ray is absolutely hilarious. And
I thought you got me here for my my intellectual,
yeah.
Your intellectual properties? Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh no, that's Game and Tech Planet. That's right. That's his job. That's his job.
Look, we all have a role to play. Okay. All right. So anyway, no, all of you are equally smart and intelligent when it comes to the world of cloud gaming, let alone gaming itself. Because what people may not realize is all of us not only cloud game, but we all game Right. So anyway, let's introduce our final guest as he is taking a nice fine swig, probably in honor of myself. But this man needs no introduction, but I'm going to do one anyway because I'm like that. This man has been like a brother to me. He's been there for me. He's a great, fun content creator. He's a really dope artist. If you haven't had a chance, I would recommend checking that out and bombarding his DMs while doing that. Thank you. But none other than the mischievous man himself, Ben.
What's
We'll say
good?
Ben.
the legendary.
Damn it! I was hoping I would go before Jerry. I was going to crack a joke about how he's not the oldest.
Nope.
Oh, I knew that would make him happy.
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, I'm excited
Ben,
to be here.
please introduce yourself.
I'm Ben. My channel is Cloud Trippin' Entertainment. I'm primarily on Twitch at the moment, but I usually cross post my content to YouTube for those of you that prefer it over there. There's Joe right there saying go sub to his Twitch and personal snap. There you go. Maybe I'll send it to I'll send it to you, Joe, since you're always promoting me. Anyway, I just have a lot of fun on my streams. I goof off. I usually in a fun state of mind when I'm on there, so I just have fun and enjoy my time with anybody that wants to hang out with me.
Awesome. So, wow. I am probably going to cough several times. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I swear. Anyway, moving on. Let's get into our first topic and why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Google Stadia. So let's talk about quickly, we won't spend too much time on this, the November Pro games that came, as well as some other games that hit the store and sells.
You got to drink.
Maybe you should suck on your pen just a little bit more.
No.
There you go. Drink, yeah.
Wow. So those of you that don't know, I've been fighting allergies. Anyway, that's what we're going to stick with. So anyways, the 3 pro games that hit Stadia for the month of November were Saints Row 4, Dirt 5, and Kimono. It's on the screen. Kimono Heroes. As well as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And then we recently got Riders Republic. And then Dead by Daylight had a Halloween event that went on. We recently got High Simulator and so on and so forth. Oh, and Peppa Pig, Hot Fire. With that be PJ Masks. My daughter loves that. Hot Fire. With that being said, let's get to some of you about your thoughts on the pro games that came really quick. Let's go to Jerry first. Mr. GTP, Sir Mix-a-Lot himself. What are your thoughts on the November pro games as well as the other games that hit recently?
Yeah, so in general, I think it was just one of Stadia's better weeks because it has been pretty sparse when it comes to the games, and I haven't been super happy with the pro game. So Saints Row 4 going directly to pro was good, and at least the game does run 60 instead of 30 FPS because I'm going to gripe at 30 FPS. It still is an older game, even remastered, so I won't lie. It does still look like a very dated game, but it plays well. Yeah. It is capped to 1080, though, like some of the other games. I do wish they had at least the upscaled 4K. But it caps out at 1080 no matter what, so it is what it is. And Dirt 5, of course, anybody that watches me knows I've played a ton of Dirt 5, and I've played it everywhere. And for me, it was one of the better ports on Stadia when it came over. I still get some of the kickouts or the crashes with the game. I know some people experience that, some don't, but it's not prevalent. It's not super often. So I thought the pro games were good as far as those two. I don't really care about Kimono much. And just in general, it was a good list of games. There's something here for a lot of different gamers. I praised that on GFN and other platforms. If you give me a variety of games that can help with a larger base of people, it's always better. So a stronger week for Stadia overall compared to what they have been doing.
Nice. And Ray, how do you feel?
Oh man, I was excited. I'm so glad that I didn't buy Dirt 5. I almost did because I think it was on sale. So out of the pro games this month, I have to say Dirt 5 was my favorite. I didn't get any glitches or crashes. I played it, fired it up, and played it. It plays great. I was really shocked. The look and everything on it, because I've also played it on Luna, and I thought it actually looked a lot better on Stadia. And then Saints Row, my son loves Saints Row, so getting that was cool. And then I haven't tried out the other pro game, but I love retro style kind of 2D side scrollers, so I'm definitely going to get into that. And I'm not playing Peppa Pig. I'm not playing PJ Masks, but I heard the Child of Light was actually pretty good. That's something that I'm interested in. The Dragon Ball Z, I'll probably get down the road. I'm not going to get it now. And then, and also, it's not on here, but the Winemaker Simulator game was also a pro game. And I love wine. So, hey, I might get into that as well. So, yeah, I thought we've always complained about not having too much information. I think they gave you a crap load of information on all the games and everything. So, they did good. They did good.
Nice. Okay. Nice. And then Ben, what about you?
I have mixed feelings about this announcement and the post. I will say I was excited to see Dirt 5 finally go pro on Stadia, especially since it is included in Amazon Luna as well as in Xbox Game Pass, able to play in the cloud over there as well. So it's about time Stadia got to deal with that.
I agree.
I wish they would have done it like 4 months ago, but at least they finally got it.
Yeah. And do we know why? Was that contractual issues or?
It would just be pure speculation on my part.
Yeah,
they don't really tell us about that stuff.
Yeah. For me, did you have anything else you wanted to say or you wanted to add, Ben?
Without going down the negative Nancy rabbit hole, I would say I'll leave it at that.
No, I feel it.
He's excited about Peppa Pig.
I know.
That's one show I don't even let my daughter watch.
Why?
I think it's so annoying. And the only thing worse than that for me is like Caillou and Cocomelon.
If it's one thing,
I would do Peppa Pig before Caillou. Okay,
I agree.
Caillou drove me nuts.
You know what?
I agree, but she's still not allowed to watch it.
Caillou.
But you know what? PJ Masks, it's pretty dope.
PJ Masks is badass.
Yes,
right,
I
cool.
will agree.
All right, we got somewhere. All right. Hey, we got 8 viewers. Let's go. First episode. All right,
guys, tweet us out.
Hit that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. You know, all the things that the lovely YouTubers say. All right. So, for me, Dirt 5 made me really happy. Saints 4, I've had the opportunity to play many times and still haven't gotten around to it. And I'm not going to act like I ever will, but I have nothing against the game. The backlog is no joke right now. And with the holidays now underway, via Halloween, because for me, the holiday starts when Halloween hits. Sorry, that's just how it is. But with that being said, it's almost like in gaming, this is our own version of the holidays because we're getting heavy hitters coming. And now GeForce Now is in the mix. What else is going to happen before the new year? I'm about to lose my freaking mind. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. With these games, I'm happy. It's a good set of choices. Family, young, teen, adult, nostalgia, if you will, especially when you consider Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I thought that was pretty dope. I don't know if I'll play that game soon, but I know I'll play it eventually. So yeah, maybe soon I might pick that up on Stadia, but we'll see. But all right, cool. Anybody want to add anything else?
Oh, can't forget Riders Republic.
I was gonna say I've been playing a lot of Riders
Republic.
I've been playing it locally or on GFN, not on Stadia. I can't do that 30 FPS.
I actually played it on GFN for the first time today, and I'm like, it's like night and day. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. And I'm keeping
It's
it real.
it's like a different gen game when you're playing on GFN versus Stadia.
I'm keeping it real, folks.
Which makes me which makes a small part of me sad, because I told myself I was only going to play Riders Republic on Stadia. I had decided that when it first got announced, I just wanted to only do Riders Republic on Stadia. I was going to direct stream it. I had this whole idea together. And if you guys don't know, you can direct stream using Google Stadia. But normally 30 frames per second does not bother me, because half the time I'm paying way too much attention to the game that I don't
bothers
notice
the shit out of
crap.
me.
Oh no, I'm getting there. Hold on.
Did you play Far Cry 6?
Wait, let me get there. Let me get there. So, with that being said, right now, after owning a 144 hertz monitor, it is very hard to do certain games on 30 frames per second. And now it's getting to the point where it's like almost every game for me. And it wasn't like that before. Like, now I'm noticing it a lot more. Riders Republic is a great ass game. Let's keep it 100. It hit harder than anyone expected. But on Stadia, it got shafted, in my opinion. And I feel like if it was just at 60 frames per second, it would be glorious on Stadia. Now, is the game unplayable on Stadia? Hell no. Is it ugly on Stadia? No. But when you play it on something like GeForce Now, and then you play 30 frames per second, then it bothers you. If you just played it Stadia first, cool. Do not look at GeForce Now. Do not ruin yourself, because you won't. It'll be too hard to go back.
Well, I have a prediction, just like they did with Valhalla. You know, Valhalla came out at 30 frames per second. Then they went and they did 60. So I think that's something Ubisoft could probably do later down the road, is bump it up to 60. Oh, you all right? Your camera's on? You okay?
I'm laughing at JoJo.
It was those canallergies.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, continue.
I think later down the road there's going to be some games that's going to get bumped up to, because I just, from people that I've talked to, you know, they try and get some of these games. They got to rush these games and get them out, and so they don't really concentrate on the 60. They just concentrate on the 30, and just, there you go, get them out there. Which, it's a shame, because I think the Stadia people should experience the 60 frame and higher, because that's what we were told in the beginning. And I'm pretty sure that's something that they're going to do later down the road. But yeah, I mean, I played 3 hours of Far Cry 6, which I love that game. But I did it on, after the 3 hours, I threw up. I got sick. I had headaches because I'm up close to my monitor. Yeah, and so yeah. I got sick, and then when I played it on another platform, it was a lot different. So, but I can still play it at 30 frames per second. But
same.
But come on, guys, those guys they can get, if the other platform. I mean, if Luna can play that at 60 frames per second, come on now.
I don't see. Is it my question is this, because I was kind of thinking this. Sorry to cut you off, Ben. Is there a chance where sometimes, like with Ubisoft, because what other game did this happen with, where didn't they bump up a game later to 60 frames, or is that another game?
Valhalla, they did that.
Yeah,
and,
right.
And then let's not talk about Ark.
Yeah.
When Ark came out, it was. You know, and then Jim, he went on Twitter and he's like, look, you know, you guys can bump this up. And then they acknowledged it, and they
did their job.
And they did their job, you know. Yeah. So
I salute them for that. Because I'll be honest, I mean, I'm not going to badmouth People Can Fly with Outriders, but in my humble opinion, it took way too long for that fix and update. But if the game is playable, by all means, everyone enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad they finally got to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had something I was gonna say, but I completely lost it. All right, let's.
I was gonna say something.
Sorry.
Based off from what Ray was saying, like I know a bunch of other guys that are the same way. Like those of us that are used to like always looking at either photography, filmography, watching things at a higher rate. Like watching things in 30 or playing games in 30 FPS will make my eyes red and watery, and I will get a massive headache. So I literally cannot play games at 30 FPS for more than like 20 minutes without being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like bodily discomfort.
Yeah.
Trying to fix this. There we go. That's what I wanted. Sorry.
You got it.
Cool. So
30 frames per second sounds like what games should play on the new Netflix gaming service. Ouch.
Oh, that's actually what I was going to add to this. So I wanted to leave it up for a second. He sadly has a point because we've now reached that was my Coke whistling at me. Anyway, we now have reached a point where 60 is really now the bare minimum, and people are now asking for 120. Like it's starting to come in this wave. I'm seeing it now. Before it was like, we really need 60, and it was like, oh yeah, 120. Like we understand that's far away. Blah blah blah. Stop it! My gosh. Bad Coke. Anyway,
Bad Coke.
Bad Coke. But wait, pause. Pause. Hashtag pause. But damn it. Leave it. That's why I love Ben. What was I saying? Good grief. Thanks, Ben. Threw me off.
I'll help you out. You have two reasons why 60 and 120 are becoming more the demand.
Yes.
A lot of local hardware has caught up to what PC's been doing for years with higher frame rates, and that's giving people a taste of it more. Right. And with cloud gaming, 30 FPS in the cloud is not the same as 30 FPS local. Now, I still can't do much 30 FPS local these days anymore without nausea and things like that as well, like everybody else here, but it's not the same. There's a lot of 30 FPS games locally that are way more playable than they would be in the cloud. The stream, the drop frames here and there, the compression, there's a lot of things
the artifacting
to it. It messes with the motion way worse, and that's why you're seeing such more demand for the high frame rate. And if cloud's going to succeed, you got to be 60 to 120, especially for the mass market.
And then also with the younger, you got kids playing Fortnite. You guys got Rogue Company, these fast-paced first-person shooter games. They want that speed. They want that, they want the quality. The faster, the better.
Well, there's also the fact that, the vast majority of flagship phones nowadays all run at 120 frames per second. So you're literally staring at a screen for hours every single day without realizing it, and your eyes are getting used to that higher frame rate, whether you're intentionally doing it or not. If you have an iPhone that's current from the last 2 years or a Samsung that's current from the last 2 years, they all run at 120 frames per second by default, unless you turn it off to save battery.
Yeah.
And then the coolest thing is now guys have the option to look at the frames per second and look at all the stuff in the corner to see how the stream is going. And it's like, whoa, look at that. Look at how many frames per second. Look at the, the hertz and all that, So that's another thing. And then there's tech enthusiasts, man. People want innovation. People want the better things, and that's what gaming is, innovating and always updating and upgrading.
Truer words have not been spoken. Great points from all three of you. Jerry hit the nail on the head. 30 frames per second in the cloud is not okay. Like, I say that with like some sort of attitude, but it isn't just because of everything that goes into it and the streaming quality. It's not helping right now. Mike, that was a question I was trying to get to earlier, and then we'll switch to the next topic. I'll end with this question, and anybody can answer it. Do you feel like, for the exception of Arc, that sometimes a game comes to Stadia that's supposed to be 60 frames per second, but maybe there's a patch later down the line that's meant for that, but they need to get the game out now because there's a launch that they're supposed to meet. And for some reason,
I would say every
game,
single Ubisoft title, pretty much.
Like, do you think they? So I guess my question is, do you think that there is a planned patch, an already pre-planned patch that they have in the works to remedy this?
Maybe if there's enough complaints, but I don't think it's pre-planned. Just the way Ubisoft's partnership is with Stadia, they've got their hands in every single. I mean, they've got it in GFN, Luna, Stadia. So for them, they just want people to play their games. It works great on Luna day one. It works great on GFN day one. They have the ports ready for Stadia in advance, so it's not like they are waiting until the last minute to roll out a patch. Like, they're ready in advance. They work on these for months to years on end. So it's not like they can't pre-plan this. So instead, it's just laziness. Like, they're like, well, Stadians have said time and time again that they don't care about 120 frames or 60 frames. They say 30 is good enough. So why don't we just dump it at 30? Like, what's the motivation to make it higher when people are okay with it being lower?
But Ben, to be fair though, and I say this on all my streams, different strokes for different folks.
True.
There is people out there. There's different consumers, man, and so there is people that are saying they don't care. I mean, there's some games
fine.
I can play at 30 frames per second, and then there's some games that should not be 30 frames per second, and people get
Riders Republic should not be 30 frames.
That's fine. If this was, South Park and the fractured butthole or the stick of truth, then sure, 30 FPS would be fine. But no, this is Riders Republic and Far Cry 6 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like, games like that should be 60 frames per second or higher at launch. Like, they should not be launching at 30 because it's unacceptable. Not with those kinds of games. You miss out on so much detail, especially if you added motion blur to that. Like, you're just not going to see much.
Yeah.
But you would know it would be the problem now is other people would be getting day and date games and we wouldn't be getting that. Like, can you imagine if we didn't get Riders Republic? No,
I'm saying it's rolling out at 60 frames per second at Luna on day one. Why can't it roll out at that on Stadia?
That's
on Ubisoft.
Because Stadia also, in due respect, they have certain features that other platforms don't have that they add to these games, like Stream Connect and certain other games. So, and that's why it takes more to get these games out. Or sometimes they say, "Hey, screw it, we're gonna put this game out and we're just gonna add this feature." So, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, I'll say this, and I'll end on this. At the end of the day, we only know what we know. So anything else is obviously up to speculation. However, both of you do make great points because just like the ability to cloud game, there are one too many variables that are different for everyone. So until we have more further testing and understanding and use case, we really don't know for sure. But both of you do make very big valid points.
You don't have too many 8-year-olds or 10-year-olds complaining about frames per second on Ben 10.
Not on Ben 10, no. If it's Call of Duty or something, they're going to complain about that.
It's us adults, us enthusiasts, people that know the tech are pissed.
I don't think you know enough 10 to 12-year-olds then.
But the last thing
Stop, Ben, stop it. You got little kids demanding frames per second with the Power Rangers.
Well, I mean, the competitive ones.
Come on,
they're
I was talking about competitive games.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
I agree. I agree with that.
To finish my point, at the end of the day, though, yes, there are a section of people that I can recognize that will not care about certain things. These are things I used to not care about until GTP made me notice it. Yes, it's your fault. I'm blaming you completely. It's all on you, bro. But at the same time, there needs to be a standard. And I understand that Stadia is doing what it can, but at the same time, eventually it needs to do what needs to be done. And accepting a game at 30 frames per second now on the cloud is not acceptable, but it's one side of the coin. Because as I said before, there's too many variables and too many things to take into account, and it's different for everyone. It's all use case. So only time will...
I'll say it is partially use case. to me, the biggest part is quality control.
Yeah,
Ubisoft
well, I
keeps
would agree,
doing
yeah.
this, and Stadia doesn't stop them.
Well,
So-
when I say use case, I mean to what it means to the community using the platform.
Yeah.
But you can't
things like
come
this.
out the gate setting the bar, and then you set that bar. You got to stay at that bar, or
Yeah, exactly.
damn near close to it.
Exactly. And some people can, I will say it, some people can look at Riders being 30 as not meeting that bar. Some people might look at Riders just being a great game as Stadia hitting it on point because they got the game. It's to each their own at the end of the day. So I'll just leave it at that. But I hope everybody listening took everybody's points into consideration because they all have a point. But with that being said, let's move on to the next topic. Oh, shit. All right, cool.
You gotta get up and do a little dance.
Hey,
No, don't dance.
Have you seen him dance?
For those of you that don't know, I might as well say it. I, Dusty, am actually a longtime professional dancer and choreographer. I competed on shows like America's Best Dance Crew and was featured on So You Think You Could Dance. Dance defines me. It is everything that I am and everything that I breathe. It has taught me everything that I know, except for Uncle Jerry. He taught me the rest.
Man, I'm glad he's going on you, Jerry. Not that.
Don't worry. We're gonna play soon in Ray's Funhouse. But oh wait, pause. But yes, being a longtime dancer, I do know how to dance. I do not mind sharing my actual name because that's actually how you can find me on YouTube. But my name is JP Goldstein. My crew is Most Wanted Crew. Have a good time. Anyways, moving on. Let's get into we have big news, so I really didn't know which one to put in front of the other. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to end on the latter because that one happens on my birthday, which is tomorrow. Let's go.
All right.
Doing my shimmy. Anyway, and what we are talking about is this beauty right here. Let me pull it up for you guys. 1 second. I'm not going to play the sound just because we are talking and I don't want to have distraction over the conversation.
Is that a vehicle getting
dropped?
You
getting a new Bronco for your birthday?
Hey, 2 Chainz!
Is that a vehicle getting dropped in Mexico?
Haha! Yes, it is. If you don't know what this is, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Forza Horizon 5!
I got to pre-download that as soon as I'm done with this because I forgot.
Yeah, hurry
Already
up.
done.
I know.
Yeah, you got slipping.
I have it pre-downloaded on console, PC, and cloud if that were a thing. All right, so, guys, this is just open forum because we are all super freaking hyped. Like, I don't want to sound like a legit straight up Forza fanboy, but if anybody. Anyway, that would be really
StreamYard doesn't do this justice. If you want to see what this looks like, go look it up on YouTube. The footage for this looks phenomenal.
Oh my god!
If you're looking at
Watch
it in like
4K,
4K 60,
please.
Yeah, this is 720.
Since YouTube doesn't do 120
Let me see what
FPS.
this is at on my computer. I don't even think we're. What stream am I on? No. Anyway, what I was saying is. We are all super excited. I don't want to sound like a super fanboy, but I can't help it because this game is sexy as hell. If there's anything that really gets me going in gaming is open world exploration games, but when they look super realistic and it feels like I can actually live in it and dive in it. And let's be honest, and anybody can say this is blasphemy to put the two games together, but honestly, this game is a hit out of nowhere.
That's my car. They're dropping my car.
Between Riders Republic and now Forza Horizon 5, I am absolutely and utterly content when it comes to that subject. I am so freaking happy. I can't even like. I'm waiting, but I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? And then, even though we're not talking about it in today's episode, I'll cover it in the next episode. of Nightcrawler's podcast. Hit that subscribe, like, and turn on the notifications. All right. Anyway, Halo campaign, just to add that in there as well, is just so much exploration. And it just looks so livable and so believable. And this is sexy. Like, Ray, talk to me. You said this is your car?
Well, first of all, yes, that's my car, and one of my vacation spots is Cabo, St. Lucas. So when I'm looking at these videos and you see in Mexico and the dirts, the sand dunes, we used to take the ATV cycles and hit the beach and just go riding on the coast. Man, this is just, what can you say, man? This game is awesome game. I can't wait to play it. It's a good game to play multiplayer. It's great. It's good, and you can play it in the cloud, folks. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Jerry, let you take it.
Yeah, man. Horizon 3 is really what snagged me and got me into the Horizon series, and it quickly became my favorite open world racing series on any console, anywhere. And 5 just looks insane. I'm going to obviously be testing it out everywhere. I've got it preloaded on the Series X, the Series S, the PC, the cloud PCs. I'm really ready for this one. And speaking of which, who's playing it early, right? So, I'll be, definitely early access for this game, which I just found out about yesterday. I didn't even know you could do it because I don't want to buy the game with Game Pass, but then finding out you can buy just the premium add-on for what, $45 or something, I think you told me. You grab that and you can get the early access. So yeah, I'm already excited because I can start this week, like this weekend, instead of waiting until next week to test it out. One of my top games this year that I've been waiting for. I do love Xbox, and it just so happens that this year 2 of my most anticipated games are Horizon 5 and Halo. Just is what it is. So I can't wait. Well, I'm glad they're a month apart. Because if Halo came out too close, it would kill me. So I'm really glad December's Halo, because all of November is going to be Forza for me on my free time. So,
well, for me, this is a great birthday because I am not only getting Forza, but and potentially early access. I haven't decided yet. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know, whether you get the premium edition, like you pre-order it, or if you are a Game Pass member and you buy the premium add-on bundle, it is $50, but it is on discount for $45. It gives you everything that the premium edition gives you, including early access. Now, a lot of people don't know this, because Microsoft's not really promoting that. Because if they did, they probably would lose a lot of pre-orders, because not everybody, there's a grip of people on Game Pass, but let's be honest, there's not a lot of people on Game Pass yet.
Oh my God.
But there's 40 million people. Anyway, so I just wanted to get that in there. Well, we don't really know. That's just speculation. We don't really know what the number is. It could be 18, maybe 17.9. But
I thought I heard in a thing like a couple weeks ago where like a partner that works with Game Pass said it was at 60 million. And then Phil Spencer was like, actually, it's like 20 million the last time we announced it. They're like, oh, I thought we just announced it the other day. He was like,
actually, actually what it was the CEO of Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What he said was 40 million.
That's what it was.
And then Phil cut him off and said, no, it's 18.
He said the last official number was 18.
Yeah, the last number that they reported.
His words were something like that. So he was like not denying that it was 40. He was just saying the last number they announced was 18.
Yeah,
it's going to go higher, guys. Come on, with the games that are coming up and Halo coming up.
All the day one releases are propelling Game Pass subscribers.
Yeah.
My thing is that people thought Phil didn't want to give numbers because he's trying to hit a certain target, which that is true. He is trying to hit a specific number. I do feel, But some people aren't seeing that he's specifically waiting until a certain time to release numbers. And I honestly don't think, unless he has to, I don't know any better. This is just speculation town for me, but we might not hear numbers until 2022. Because there's a lot of hitters, unless it's end of December, but there's a lot of hitters before the end of the year. And there's a lot of potential to see where all of that gets to before the end of the year. I don't see it being announced before then, unless they have to because of something I don't know, like fiscal quarter, blah 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 blah.
I would say they're probably waiting on maybe one thing that's currently in beta, which I know you and I and Jerry have access to, which is the fact that those of us that are in the Insiders program can play games directly in the cloud on our Xboxes without having to download them.
I love it. And I still downloaded it anyway.
Right. I cleared like 300 gigs of storage for games that I didn't care if they were in the cloud because I didn't need high performance and super high resolution. Like it just didn't matter. So I just cleared a bunch of storage, which is perfect timing for Forza. Yeah. But I think that to them is big because then they can get people on the older Xboxes able to play stuff like Halo Infinite and Forza and everything else that's coming out. If they get that, then they can boost those numbers. They can pad them significantly because they can get all those old people, all those people on old consoles signing up for Game Pass so they can play next-gen games.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my theory. Again, speculation. That's my theory as to why they're holding off on giving the numbers because it's been a while.
There can be so many reasons, and then when you finally hear what the reason is, it was like, oh, that's what it was. So simple. Of course it was that, but all we can do is speculate for now. But until we know, we have this sexy, chewy goodness in front of us to sink our teeth into, so to speak.
I don't know if I'd be sinking my teeth into that car. That sounds uncomfortable, but you do you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm the exhaust pipe looking real. Anyway, so now what was
Ray's face of that statement?
Dude, when he said the exhaust pipe, I just had an image.
That's the one place you want to choose to chew on.
I had an image in my head. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna describe it, but damn. But
yeah, anyway. It got dark. He went somewhere dark. I could see.
Oh, it's dark. Anyway, yeah. So with all of that being said, who here has early access?
Dude, I have so many games. I can just wait. I can wait. I've been really honestly been playing a lot of New World. Been looking up games on GFN. I can wait. I can wait. I'm hyped, but I'm not that hyped yet. Not that hype. I'm still
hype train.
I mean, come on, there's Riders Republic. I haven't even finished Back for Blood yet, man.
Bruh.
And then there's Far Cry 6 and New World and Elion and
but I mean, honest though, the baby that I'm waiting for though is Halo Infinite. Like that's like, come on now, that's the game I can't wait to get my hands on and play. But I'm definitely gonna play a lot of this too. God damn, it's so many games.
And they're not gonna stop. There's more in February, March, and April as well. Because isn't Redfall in like March or something or February?
Yeah.
Replaced. I need it to come out now, but I don't want it to come out now because there's too much. Like, oh my god. To go off of what Ray was saying, like, I am not a campaign guy. I like to be around people. Maybe it's my ADHD. I just can't really focus and sit there for too long. If I'm live streaming, it's easier, but I can't really do it. And I love multiplayer games mostly because I love the interaction with friends and the audience and whatnot. But after seeing Halo Infinite, that quickly changed. that thing. Like when they dropped that first video, I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is sexy as fuck. For lack of a better word. But
You gonna show the campaign video for Halo Infinite?
No, because we're not talking
Okay.
about that this episode.
Right.
So well, and I was gonna say to that, to add on to Ray, we will be talking about Halo Infinite in the next episode. So make sure you tune in for that. That will either air Sunday or next Wednesday. I have not decided yet, so just stay tuned. Hit that notification bell so you can be up to date. But we are going to talk Halo Infinite. We have to. Like, I don't see why we wouldn't. If everybody would like to return for that episode, if you can, I would love to have you. But I totally lost my point again. Anyway, Halo just looks amazing. Like the campaign, I am sold. The multiplayer, I got to play the flight and I played big team battle. That's all I get. That's all I care about is big team battle. Yes, everything else is great. It's fun. It's cool. Whoop-de-whoop, whatever. I swear to you, all I care about is big team battle. Yes, please add at least 3 more people to each side. Something like that. I don't know how many people, but something like that. But other than that, I am really trying not to be upset that there's like not a playable demo, until launch, but it's fine. I'll get over it. It's fine. I'll get over it. It's fine.
Not to deviate, but speaking of big team battle, have you guys tried the mass race in Riders Republic yet? The 64 player races.
Every time it pops up, bro.
Yeah.
Those are insane. Like I tried that for the first time the other night, and I got like next to last place. Dude, I got my ass kicked hard.
I'm in the middle. I'm not like close to first. I'm not close to last. I'm in the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people having issues with the rocket pack, but
hell no! I love that.
I
love it. I'm just not good enough at it to race like that against that many people.
Oh man, I see people crashing into the trees. I just laugh and pass them by. I swoop low, and I love how they make you go all up against the mountains, in between the mountains, and down below. And
it's a lot of fun. I'm just really bad at it.
Yeah, you know what? As soon as after this show, hell, I might have to get on GeForce and play me some of that, because now I'm kind of pumped up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All right. Any last final thoughts on Forza Horizon 5?
If you guys can play it early, hey man, enjoy it, play it, stream it so I can see it. I'll watch it. But I'll wait.
I'm not waiting, but I don't know if I'm doing early access, but I'm not waiting. November 9th, I swear to God. I love you. That's me kissing Forza.
I hope so, because I was getting ready to turn my camera off. I'm just playing.
I'm just excited. And the one thing I'm looking forward to the most, and it's something I want to do soon, especially on stream for writers, if you guys are down when you're free, is explore the world together. You know what I'm saying? Like, have some dumb moments, do some races and stuff, mod our cars, change up our gear, whatever it is. That's what I'm really looking forward to the most, is just being in a brand new game that the Xbox community really loves to come together to. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
I think it's going to be a great time.
Question in the chat.
Ben.
I answered him. He asked if I was an Ubisoft Plus subscriber. I just responded
so
yes.
Was the sideboard, yes.
And Ben said, "Yep." Just so everybody knows, I'm a Ubisoft Plus subscriber.
Woo. I mean, come on, guys. That's a hell of
I know Jerry is too. He wouldn't be able to test. He wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be able to do half of his videos without it.
I have to have everything. I don't even have a choice anymore.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like. And I even have EA Play Pro because it's the same thing as Ubisoft Plus.
Gotta have it, man.
And if I didn't,
drop the E, just regular.
If I didn't, there's a point to this. If I didn't, I would be out $100. for the Ultimate Edition, but with Play Pro.
For NBA 2K or what?
No, for Battlefield 2042. Yeah, baby.
Man, they better fix them bugs, man. I was driving in an invisible truck.
I'm gonna say something.
That last beta test was actually the alpha. They're farther ahead in the actual one, but
we don't really know that. That could be marketing. But let me say this.
No,
let me say this. I'll be very honest. When they said that, I was like, okay, but I don't know how much I believe it. But who knows?
I've heard it from internal people as well.
You know, I heard Cyberpunk from internal people. That game was done too.
Yeah, no, that was a shit show.
But the point I'm trying to make is this, though. If you know Battlefield, every game comes out pretty crappy and buggy at the beginning, and then they have to fix it. And if you don't know that, you don't play it a lot. That's kind of the truth. I don't play it a lot, and I know that because my friends did, and they would always tell me like, "Oh my god, this is so SH." You know,
I had fun.
The only reason I said that, by the way, is because they actually came out publicly and said that it was a previous version.
No, I saw that. But what I'm
if
saying,
they hadn't, I would have said that.
Well, my thing is they came out and said that it was a previous build that was 3 months old. I just don't know how much I fully believe it. Is all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you know, whether it is or it's not, I don't care because I had a great time. However, yes, it was a buggy mess. They do need to fix the bugs. You guys are right.
I still had fun.
But at the end of the day, my only point was trying to make that every Battlefield game that comes out can be pretty buggy. So
I still remember watching Vet get stuck in the middle of a tank, and that was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off.
But and that's kind of the joy. You know, there are certain people online that have said this, and I agree with them that sometimes the bugs make for really great Battlefield moments, even in other games, like really just great game moments that you wouldn't get if there wasn't that little hiccup or that bug. You know what I'm saying? It's not great all the time, but sometimes if you get something good happening, you know, it can be pretty funny.
How about like you hear something come in and like, what's that noise? And then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, a missile drops on the truck that I was driving, and just and you see my body flying out of the truck, the explosion, and it was like just amazing.
Only in Battlefield, as they say, right?
Yes.
Ben, quickly before we get to our last topic of the show, the what I would kind of say is the main topic, because this is heavy and some of you here have been testing it and I hate you so much. But Ben, really quick before we move on, are you excited for Battlefield?
No.
Okay.
Ben doesn't like competitive online shooters, so I could answer that for.
Jerry, are you?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm ready for all the issues every Battlefield release is messed up, but I'm always in for it.
For those, Jerry knows the story, but for those that don't know, I took like a 16-year break from gaming.
Yeah.
And every time I tried to come back, people are like, "Oh, you need to play Battlefield. Oh, you need to play Call of Duty. Oh, you need to play Halo." I'm like, "Okay, I'll play with you." And then it's like spawn kill after spawn kill after spawn kill. I'm like, "Fuck, this isn't fun. I don't want to play these games."
You know what?
You gotta practice.
I gotta agree on.
I can't practice if they won't let me live long enough to practice.
Yeah,
there's so many toxic people in all of those competitive shooters that I just don't want to fucking do it.
They give you an option to mute them now, though. You know?
It's not about muting. It's about them not like letting you play long enough to be able to get.
Well, my thing is, if you're getting shot up, like that's just it's competitive, you know. That's just
if you don't game and you take a break and you come in and you're going to try to play Call of Duty or something, it's going to be very difficult. I never stopped gaming, so I went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo to N64 to GameCube to PlayStations and and so on and so forth. So I evolved with all the games and got very used to those shooters as we went. But if I was out for 16 years and came back in and jumped into Call of Duty and Halo, I would be like, gaming sucks. Like there's so many other games to experience when you're coming back in. So
I think it's fun when you have an 8-year-old kid, whoever that Ray 3473, you suck. You suck, you know, and then you get some kid run up and bouncing on your head. You just been teabag, you know. I laugh, I enjoy it. My son, I love my son because he's playing those games. He's actually pretty damn good. I love watching him play because that was me when I was his age, you know, and but damn it, I wish what he has now Hell, I wish I would have had that when I always tell him, I said, you know what, man?
But Ray,
What? Go ahead.
you had Mario, and you had
That's
Mario
true.
Kart, and you had Donkey Kong.
And that was magical.
And Tiger Heli.
That's
And
true.
Tiger
That's
Heli.
true.
We had
true.
Tiger Heli.
That's
if you don't
true.
know Tiger Heli, I can't roll with you.
That's true.
Okay, maybe I will, but I'm just saying. So Ben, what you're trying to tell me is you're not going to do at least one stream with me?
I refuse to spend money on that game.
Wait, you get 10 hours because you're Game Pass. Just do the 10 hours with me, and then that's it.
Well,
not all 10 hours. Just do like 30 minutes, and then like I don't know, 30 minutes.
If I get spawn killed back to back more than 3 times,
he snap.
I will rage quit.
Man. He'll snap.
I will rage quit on stream if I get spawn killed more than twice in a row.
Speaking of rage quitting, I need everybody to subscribe to Vet Cloud Gaming because I love
him. He was raging today. Man. He was raging. I'm driving in the car. I got my phone set up and I got him going through the speakers, and he was having issues with the router and something. His controller wasn't, the Bluetooth wasn't connecting, and he was like beep beep beep, just cussing, just like.
If you guys want to see me and Ray unfiltered in a chat, go check out Vet.
Yeah.
We leave him speechless half the time because he refuses to read our chats out loud.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? No, so please subscribe to Vet Cloud Gaming. Shout out to Vet. I was thinking about this earlier, like when people rage quit, it really like would annoy me. But when he does it, it's very entertaining. Like I can't help but
it's hilarious.
And I'm not laughing at him. I really think that he's funny. And it's because he's not trying to rage quit to get you to laugh. He's just genuinely pissed off at the game, and that makes it funny.
Yeah. It's nothing like hearing him cuss and be pissed off in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then hear, I'm Groot. Shut up! I'm Groot. I'm cracking, laughing, dying, dude. Like, how can you rage quit on Guardians of the Galaxy? But he has, man. He's like, I hate beat puzzles, man. Why do they gotta have puzzles in the game?
He hates puzzles so much.
And the thing is that it's funny.
Yes,
there's people that get like that, and it's like it's very cringe. You know what I mean? But with Vet, I'm a stage performer, so if you have solid delivery, I'm going to acknowledge that and hope that you recognize that about yourself and take that with you. So I don't know if Vet knows that about himself, but he has a natural ability to be funny in a certain lane, and he should really be that, because I love that about him. I think it's hilarious. And by the way, I would love to get Vet on the show soon.
I'll talk to him. He's a good dude, and
Ray and I will get him on here.
Yeah, we'll get him on here.
Yeah, I definitely would love to have him on. Even despite his humor, just to talk games. He has a good mind and he tests so many different games. So he would be a great person to get some insight on, especially when it comes to new releases. Anyways, so moving on to the last topic, but Battlefield 2042, I'm super excited. Oh my god, I can't forget.
I'll be getting it. I'll get it.
Ben, just do the 10 hours, 30 minutes with me, rage quit, and then that's all I want. All right, just on stream, that's all. Anyway, so moving on, last subject. We are featuring some exquisite footage from Uncle Jerry over here.
What's going on, Ace?
What?
Because what we are about to talk about is the main topic of the show, and that is the launch on my birthday, November 4th, 2021, at a dashing 36 years old.
36? You're just a young buck.
Oh, son of a
bitch.
Wait, I'm the youngest one here for once?
Jesus.
Wait.
Why you?
I'm 35.
I thought. Ew. All right. Anyway.
Ew.
At a dashing still 35. No. NVIDIA GeForce Now will be releasing their RTX 3080 tier, and I cannot wait. Can you please just charge my card already? Take my freaking money. Oh my god.
It's supposed to launch officially tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Oh shit! I've been
for US.
compulsively checking my email like every day
Well, some
since
people,
like
I think,
November
got 'em.
1st
It
week.
says
Some
on your
people already
account.
got it,
It
man.
should say on
People
your
already got
account.
it.
If you check your account on NVIDIA GeForce Now, it should say like on your when you go to like manage, it should say under
I
there.
gotta go check that now because last time I checked,
Yeah.
it just said pre-ordered. It didn't
So
actually
some-
have a date.
Some
Yeah,
people
you
already
should have
got
received-
access just by checking. They were like, "Oh crap, I got it," but that's kind of like just kind of happened. But
So Maker
officially,
Kiosk
yeah,
says his is
tomorrow
November 5th.
starts to roll out.
Okay.
Yeah, because once you get a date, if you check your account,
Yeah,
like it'll then say that date under it. When the first email went out, I don't recall anything being there until that second email. Check your junk folder. Always check the junk.
I've checked thoroughly.
So, GeForce Now RTX 3080. We have some people who have tested it, and I loathe them. But we are going to feature footage from one of them, and let's get into that right now. Give me 1 second while I bring it up. But we have Guardians of the Galaxy for you guys on the RTX 3080 tier. What I would like to do before we get into some of the details about this, Jerry, would you like to say a little bit about GeForce Now, NVIDIA, and what is going on here?
So the video you actually have up here is the Shield TV Pro with 4K. That's in-game 4K and a stream at 4K with no upscaling going on whatsoever. And I know a lot of people have still been trying to say, no, the 4K is part of the upscale that the Shield TV is doing. It's not. It's not. That was the old school, if you're 1080p, the Pro will AI upscale you, but you're not needing that with this. And locally, HDR works really good. And I can tell you, Streamlabs is not going to do this justice. So if you want to see it, you got to go check out the 4K video. It's like, this rivals like my Series X. I would choose Guardians of the Galaxy on the 3080 on the Shield TV over the Series X with 4K HDR. Looks better, plays better, and the 60 was just super solid, super smooth, no skips or problems with that. So, and I've also been having a really good time with 1440p 120 on the PC, doing Rocket League and Destiny and some other games with that. But yeah, the tier is no joke. I didn't believe them when they briefed us about like a lot of the things with this, and talking about how it was going to like mimic local gaming and this type of thing, because for me, cloud's just never been close to local. It just isn't. But the 3080 really is rivaling my new consoles that are sitting here, my PC and that type of thing. And I've pretty much exclusively been playing on the 3080 for the past week and a half or so, without playing on anything else, because I've been mostly playing Guardians of the Galaxy and Riders Republic, and they just are phenomenal on there. So it's not just the 3080. You're getting such a more capable CPU with 16 threads out of that Threadripper they have in there. You're getting the faster SSD. So I actually have a video coming showing the load time comparisons to a Series X and a PS5, because we're in that level of SSD. I think that's going to be really interesting. So it's the whole package. It's really cool. It's something I thought we were at least another 3 to 5 years away from, but GFN surprised us with this. It's something I was not expecting.
Nice.
By the way, StreamYard makes this look like shit. Like,
It does.
It
You have
looks
to,
way better.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
to see the actual video. It's insane.
Everything we are showing you guys, if you haven't seen this on your own, what are you waiting for? Like, this is absolutely fun. Like, what I see in front of me right now is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, StreamYard does not do it justice. Maybe I have a part to play in that. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, like this game will run full ultra ray tracing, everything, 60 FPS, 4K. It's
That's crazy.
and stream solid 4K. I don't think my signal like ever dipped or anything ever changed during all my hours of gameplay. It's been really awesome.
So it sounds like
and to be honest, like even YouTube doesn't do this justice at the highest quality, because if you're doing like 1440p on GeForce Now, like you're still missing out on the 120 frames per second, because it's only going to show you 60.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say Destiny 2 at 120 FPS, 1440p on the 3080 definitely rivals my local PC when it comes to the latency and how smooth the 120 is, because if you lock Destiny to 120 and your stream is 120, it's extremely smooth. Responsiveness is right there with my PC.
Man, I can't people have
But
been
it's
asking.
cloud, so I'm always worried when I praise so much because there are inevitably going to be people that fall through the cracks that don't get the ultimate experience. Like even the priority tier for me has been phenomenal all year. Even the latency, everything's been getting so good. But then I still know people that say it isn't for them. So I always worry with cloud when I praise, but all of my testing, just saying, this thing has just been insane. It's something I've never seen in cloud.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Your gameplay as well as Cloud Gaming Extreme is just like, and Sunny did some gameplay as well too. Sunny Cloud Gaming, like my God, just drooling left and right. You like, thank you guys so much for putting this up, but like you and CGX have really been busting out videos left and right. And as somebody who watched you guys as a fan, you know, during lockdown and all of that stuff, you know, thank you for doing that for us, because it just beautiful work. You know, everyone that's been streaming, testing the RTX 3080 tier, it just wonderful job. You know, I'm a gaming fan all over again. You know, I'm a tech enthusiast fan all over again. You know, it just, God, we need a new channel in the Discord for this. But for me, I have no idea. That's what I was going to say. To add on what you guys were saying, people have been asking each other, like, what game are you going to play first? I think the question is, how long am I going to stare at the screen before I can make the decision of what game I'm going to play first? Because the potential and power at my fingertips that I am going to have, like, I'm going to want to see this and I'm going to want to see that and test this and test that. Like, my monitor is not even the best monitor, but I already know that this is going to be a huge difference from what I've had before on my M1 MacBook Air.
Well, first off, dude, come on, dude, 35 teraflops, man.
Bruh.
You're not getting that in an Xbox Series X, and you're not getting that in a PS5.
I don't even know what that means.
What was it that Stadia advertised at GDC? How many teraflops was that?
10.86, I think it was, or some weird number like that.
Okay.
But it never even tapped into that, unfortunately, except for like Division 2.
You know, I was in the office and I was talking about cloud in the future, and all the guys, I had a Nintendo guy, I had a PlayStation guy, and I had an Xbox guy. And they all laughed at me because I told them, you know, one day, man, the cloud is going to be powerful than some of your consoles.
Sooner rather than later.
They laughed at me. Yeah, maybe like 20 years down the road. And guys,
those Nintendo people, that's already more powerful. They just don't know.
I mean, and they're not, look, the hashtag "the future is now" is no joke, man. That's some shit that's actually for real. That's real. And go ahead, Ben.
Did you guys watch T-Pain's stream where he was showing it off because he's sponsored by GFN now?
He's hilarious. You guys have
that was hilarious. That was a fun stream.
Shout out T-Pain on Twitch. Y'all follow that because you will be in for a show. He is hilarious. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, T-Pain also has, if you go to pizzlepack.com, T-Pain has Volume 1 and Volume 2 of copyright-free music that he made specifically for gaming content creators.
Okay.
I don't know if he's released it yet. I have to check, but he will be coming out with Volume 3. And he had a stream where he was testing some of it to see if it would strike copyright, you know, because he does that to make sure his songs are good. Some of the beats he was dropping, my God, Lord, holy moly. Like, there's other words I wish I could use. Holy shit. Let's put it that way. He's so good. Like, he's so good. So if you haven't checked it out, pizzlepack.com. Shout out to T-Pain. He's Pizzle.
Oh, dude, I thought you
Pizzle.
said
Pizzle, you
jism.
know,
I
like
thought
slang for a
dude,
bowl
I'm not.
stick.
Hey, I'm
Look,
not
Ray,
downloading
Ray's
no
been on one
jism in
tonight.
I ain't playing jism in my ear, dude.
Hey, Ray's been on one tonight a little bit. I know it's my birthday, but hey. No, yeah, pizzlepack.com. Make sure you check it out, and I'll probably leave a link in the description so you guys can go there. I get nothing out of that. He's always influenced me for the dancer that I am. So, if he's doing that work for us gaming creators and content creators, like, why not? Why not spread the word of the gospel? Gotta give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Noriega for coining that. If you don't watch Drink Champs, do that as well. Anyway, moving on. Ben, have you played Guardians of the Galaxy yet?
Nope.
You have not yet. Ray?
Nope.
I really want to.
It's a game. It's one of those games. It's like a juicy fillet. You're waiting for it, but I'm gonna wait to dig into it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna enjoy it because
I want to play it now because Jerry and Marchie and Ace and all these people just won't shut up about how much fun it is and how amazing it is. And I hear about it every damn day.
I love watching Meg and Vet play.
Yeah,
and,
I got to be careful with my spending right now, so I'm trying not to buy games.
Dude, you know how many subscriptions I got? And,
man, let's not talk about that.
I mean, my wife, man, she was getting on me.
But when you equate it to like how many new games are coming out a year, you're saving a grip of money, bro. Like, think about like just 3 games alone and would trump my subscription services. You know what I'm saying? It's rough, but yeah. I tell my wife, don't yell at me too much. Let me have my joy.
Dude, Far Cry 6, Riders Republic. I mean, if you got, Ubisoft Plus, boom, that just money just took care of it right there. Your subscription.
Yeah. Well, and since Ubisoft Plus started, you also had, Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Immortals Phoenix Rising. Like, all those have all been on Ubisoft Plus day one.
Man,
you're right.
With the premium editions, I might add, so you get like all the stuff with your subscription.
Do we ever think we're supposed to be talking about GFN RTX 3080? Do we ever think? We'll talk about that another time. Xbox and Ubisoft, that's a whole nother conversation. As far as the RTX 3080 goes, what is a game that you're hoping comes to the platform so you can run it on this beast? Open floor.
Forza?
Bruh, Jerry, I asked you, are we ever getting Windows, Microsoft, Xbox games on GeForce Now from PC?
I said stranger things have happened, man. I don't put anything past Phil Spencer. I just don't. And GFN would have no reason to say, no, we don't want Game Pass PC games to load up on our service. So I don't think you'll see it happen, but it could. Like, they really want their games everywhere. And Phil Spencer sitting there playing the 3080 on GFN like, guys, xCloud's not here yet. Maybe we'll just... Hey, I'm just saying, it could happen, and I would embrace the hell out of it. So, and it wouldn't take any money from Xbox, because I'm still going to pay them all the money. I'm going to pay them anyway.
They're still getting the subscription cost.
Yeah, you're still getting it. So I could see it. I mean, it might not happen ever.
I mean, if they limit it to where you can only play Microsoft games on GFN if you have Game Pass Ultimate, kind of like how Ubisoft has like Ubisoft Plus. So like a lot of their games, they're best played if you do Ubisoft, or only if you do Ubisoft. Microsoft could pull that off and still reap a profit. The fact that did we lose Dusty? Did he just go silent?
We know the subject. We're good.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fact that we can use GFN on the Edge browser on the Xbox right now. What, Jerry? Didn't you find a game that was blocked on there? But they allowed everything else.
You can't play the Sony game,
but you can play everything else in GFN.
Yeah. So I think that's the only game so far that doesn't show up.
Yeah, So the fact that
Death
they were able to
Stranding,
block a
that's it.
specific game, they were able to block Death Stranding
Yeah.
in the browser on xCloud for GFN, but they're allowing everything else. That shows me that a partnership isn't out of the question.
Right.
The likelihood, I think, is still low, but I don't think it's out of the question.
I mean, Xbox started putting their games over on Steam again and stuff
Yeah,
too.
they did.
When EA made those moves. So I'm like thinking, anything's possible when
I
it
would
comes
love
to
to see some
Microsoft.
Resident Evil. Some Resident Evil on there. Okay.
I think a lot of people would be happy to see the Resident Evil franchise coming
That because
to GFN.
yeah.
I mean, you know, if I'm just wanting one major game this year, like it's probably not, you know, not going to happen at launch or anything. Who knows? But Battlefield 2042 for me on a 3080 would just be awesome. You know, on that tier.
God.
I know it's probably not happening, but for me, since there is an EA partnership, that would be my hope. That would be my game this year for GFN.
Wow.
I think it would be sick. I think it would run so good.
That's a good shout. Kids wouldn't go to school. They would cut class.
Oh yeah, man, dude. The 1440, 120 or 1080, 120 Battlefield 2042 on a 3080 from the cloud. Yeah, that would be it.
My thing is that I feel like it could happen sooner than we think. And this is just speculation, but the subsect of people that use GeForce now is tiny when you really think about it. Like minuscule compared to the grand everyone. You know what I'm saying? And that was a great way of explaining that. Wow. Anyway, but you get the point. But the thing is that that's why I think it wouldn't be an issue and why one day it will happen, because it would give those of us that use GFN even more of a reason to play those games, because now they're on GFN. Like, you know how many people would be so hyped about that are already playing Xbox PC games, or maybe want to but can't, and they only have GFN, so their access is Steam, Epic, GOG, you know, Ubisoft, whatever. Add Windows PC, Xbox games, you know, I think that would generate a lot of noise. Will it actually happen? I don't know. You know, crazier things have happened, yes. But I think it has high potential. Is there any reason to think that Nvidia and Microsoft are talking right now?
Is there any reason to think that?
Ching, money.
Yeah, I mean,
money
I have
and cash rules everything around us. Dollar bills, y'all. Come on, dude. Money. We're talking about $1 billion, man. Cloud is going to be in the billions of dollars. And when you see, you know what is another big thing is streaming. When you see when people start seeing people streaming with these 3080 RTX, 30 teraflops, 28 RAM. I mean, come on. I mean, that's gonna pump up more people. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll pay $200 a year to get this, because I can't get a computer. I mean, come on. You want to? If those who couldn't afford a rig, a good computer rig, this right here, boom.
Look, I even had the money in for a year. I still haven't been able to get the parts together for a 3000 series PC. It's been impossible. So this 3080 has been my way recently. Now this is the way I'm gaming with a 3080 until further notice. And it's also made me question
until you can upgrade your PC.
Right, but for the channel, I will be upgrading anyway. But this is the first time I've questioned it as a gamer. Like, if I didn't have the channel, would I need to upgrade? I would probably squeeze more life out of my PC if it wasn't for just wanting the newer tech. This tier has actually started to change my way of thinking, which is odd. And it's pretty cool. And like Ray was saying, exactly. And like Ray was saying, how many people starting this week and next week and the rest of November are going to start getting access to the 3080, and the content's going to flood out there. It's going to dominate for the next month or two, besides xCloud, of course, or Xbox with their titles. But it's going to stay big.
Brazil Russia,
Russia,
Europe, Asia.
Yeah. They're doing it right. This is a big rollout.
It's a,
Like
Well,
this
and-
isn't just
and-
U.S. only for a year.
For someone that grew up
Hello.
for someone that grew up in Brazil, I lived there for many, many years.
That's where my brother is, and
Shout out Brazil.
I'm
They-
very
I get
very
love from
jealous.
Brazil.
I'm
They are
very
huge
jealous
into
of them.
gaming, but gaming is very expensive there. The import tax adds a lot of cost
Yeah.
to the hardware, and the games as well, but especially the hardware. So being able to play GFN there will make a ton of people happy. I know so many people that, as soon as they find out, if I tell them, they're just going to be like, wait, what? And they're just going to hop on and try it because it means that they can buy all these games at discount codes from questionable places and then play them on GFN.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's there's like over 90 free games.
92, I think,
91
was the last
92.
count.
It's like, hello.
It's yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hit like close to 100 free to play by end of year, and they're already over 1,000 total. So it's
Okay.
it's crazy.
So for those watching, Jerry, I guess, since you're the most knowledgeable on this subject, talk to everyone like you're talking to me right now about to embark on this new venture that is the 3080 gods. What would you tell me going into this new experience? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you even say to like the newer gamer that has found out about something like this? What would you say?
Well, I mean, if you're about to venture into the 3080, you're about to experience some of the best cloud gaming that there has been to date. So the only question you have is what you're going to play, what you want to get into. And I would say more importantly, what people overlook a lot is if you're not already heavily into cloud, get to know your home internet. Get to know your network, get to know your speeds, get to know your available bandwidth when you have your wife watching TV, your kid streaming something on the tablet, and you want to play your game, and your Ring is going off out front. I mean, I think I have like 32 devices connected typically when I'm not even gaming. But I have 1 gig internet, and a hell of a network that I've put in here to do all this. But get to know your home network and know what your capabilities are going to be. And then get to know your GeForce Now settings in the app, in your Shield TV, wherever you're going to play it, your bit rate, your resolutions, everything. Get to know everything and get the most out of your system. And that would be the best advice I can really give is just embrace it and get to know everything about it.
Awesome. So I'm pre-ordered. Who else is pre-ordered?
I'm pre-ordered, but I couldn't find a date for it anywhere. I looked in my account, I looked in my emails, I searched junk mail as well. There's no date on mine.
You might be in maybe the next wave, if that's the case.
So I'm so pissed. Because I the second it went out for pre-order, I did it as quickly as I could.
And you went on the website and went in your profile and checked under the manager.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna figure this out. We need to get Ben in there because he's about to he be tripping clouds, y'all. I swear to gosh.
But I'm not the only one. Did Ray have? Did you play?
I am the second tier. I paid the $4.99. I can wait, folks. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not one of those like super fast. I gotta have it.
FOMO.
What did he say?
FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out.
Oh my god.
So if you hear it right now, not to cut you off, but I'll give it back to you right now, Ray. But right now, if you hear that people are having a case of FOMO, it's that they feel like they really need to get on top of everything as soon as it comes out, releases, what have you. And FOMO has affected me as well too. I jump way too fast on things sometimes, and then it ends up biting me in the ass later. So I'm trying to be a better human being.
Actually, my wife, I was sitting there I'm like, honey, because I have I've subscribed to Luna, GeForce, Stadia, EA Play. I mean, I have a lot of subscriptions. So I was like, and I also got like 2 mortgages. So I was saying, hey,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to explain her the 30, 80, da da da. Well, how much is it? It's only $100, What?
Just hey,
She
Ray.
played a big part of this too.
But
Ray,
it's $15 a month.
If you're on Founders, just tell her it's $7 more a month. That's all it is.
I know. I'm a
Wording.
Just tell her you'll just cut back on that one Starbucks cup of coffee every month.
With wives, it's all about wording. You know that.
My monitor that I have, I have a 4K TV, but the monitor that I play on is 1080. This is like what I play on a lot. So,
but you have a Shield TV, don't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
Ray,
I don't have Shield TV.
Ray, my monitor is a 1080 144. I still jumped on this thing. I don't care.
I want it. Honestly, let me also tell you. I want to see what other people want their experiences, and I want, because guess what? I haven't played it, and I haven't experienced it. I want to see what other people are going to say about it, how it is, and so. But I will eventually. I will get it, but I'm cool right now with my my second tier, and
Well, and honestly, you sound like if you have a 1080 monitor and it's not more than 120 hertz, if it's like 1080 60,
yeah,
and you don't have a Shield TV, then there's really no reason for you to get the 3080 tier. It's unnecessary because your hardware can't support its highest peak, like the reason why you would get it.
But I can wait. I said, you know what? Every time something comes out, I always hopped on it. I'm gonna wait. But as a gamer and as a cloud gamer, I love innovation. I'm happy for gamers out there because, like I said, I used to have people. I went on podcasts and I had people laugh at me because I talked about cloud gaming and they laughed. There's like, yeah, Ray, that'll probably die by the end of 2021. So and here, dude, there's people that, but some people have different experiences with cloud, just like Jerry said.
Most of the people that are saying that
look through the cracks.
Most of the people that are saying that are PlayStation fanboys.
I know, yeah.
Because PlayStation's the only one not really getting in the cloud game yet. And we know that they've got to be working on something in the background. They're just not telling us.
I saw the patents.
I've
seen the patents.
Right. We've seen the patents. But the fanboys are saying, well, because PlayStation is the king of gaming and the fact that they're not in the cloud, it's going to die. I was like, that's not how it works.
My thing is that, and this goes with anything in life, I can't understand why people can't take 2 seconds to think outside of themselves and their own personal space that they call the world that they live in. And what I mean by that is that for me, I can look at a game and recognize if I like it or not. But is the game good overall? That's what a lot of people want to know. It's not always about my opinion. This is just an example of something. So when people are like, oh, cloud gaming is going to die, like the ones that are like genuinely serious about that stuff, it makes me laugh because it's just like, you genuinely believe that this is not going to survive, but you're not, like, have you actually taken the time to look at the overall picture? Or are you just, what a lot of people do in a lot of different life situations is you just speaking from emotion and feeling because this is how you feel right now. Like, you're not actually being objective and subjective. Like, is there any substance to why you feel the way that you do? And
that's tell you that. I can tell you.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, like people when people say stuff like that, it's like
long time ago when there was cavemen and somebody had fire and you said fire, fire. People are just, some people,
they're scared of something new.
They're scared.
The same thing was said about digital purchases as well when we moved away from physical in 2013. We've also been burned on cloud before with OnLive dying, some things from Dreamcast that didn't come off the ground, Gaikai that got purchased up. There was a lot of things that gave people the perception cloud would never really get off the ground. And until
they're stuck in that mentality, even though the infrastructure is way better.
Right. So, and even for me, until about the middle of last year, like summer 2020, cloud wasn't a viable option in any way, shape, or form. And that has just In 18 months, cloud has evolved fast.
Jerry told me multiple times that his estimate, this was about a year ago, his estimate was 5 to 10 years minimum.
5 to 10.
Yeah,
to
I've
before,
heard that.
we started getting to where GFN 3080 is getting to now. And it's crazy. So, and Ray said it's going to be in the billions. It is, it is projected by 2023 that cloud gaming will be worth over $4 billion. That's why all these companies are hustling. That's why you're seeing tech all of a sudden, oh, we can make it this good. We can make whatever we want to make. And we can make that as fast as we want to make it. We have the resources, the people, and the money to do it, but is the profit going to be there? Until now, it wasn't going to be. So didn't take off. Cloud's here to stay. It's never going anywhere. It's going to help grow gaming. And we finally are at a place where companies are going to invest to make it happen. And that's what we have right now.
Shout out to the consoles. They have you want to play cloud? Boom, you can click and play in the clouds and don't have to worry about downloading that game, and your saves are saved in the cloud. I mean, you have options, so, and that's
for me, the perfection is cloud and local coming together to create the ultimate world of gaming for yourself, both at home, away, in the bedroom, ever, and just having both come together, harmoniously. I think Xbox is really pushing on that. And GFN has pushed on it with PC because their platform is just PC. So GFN and xCloud are really doing that supportive thing.
People talked about how like seamless Stadia was and how easy it was to use. But man, like using xCloud on an Xbox, just right into the Game Pass app, it's just so easy. And it's going to rake in so many subscribers, like so many people that are already subscribed and they want to play Sea of Thieves, but they don't want to take up 60 to 70 gigs on their Xbox One X. Like, why not just play it in the cloud? That's a game that's perfect for that. It's extremely popular. It's a larger game, but it really doesn't need to be downloaded locally with the way that, xCloud is working right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agree.
And you see those blades, you can look and you can tell those blades are work. Like, I don't know what other people experiences, but me, it looks awesome. Like, I can tell that these blades are working really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's been times, situations, and even areas where I've had hiccups with cloud gaming and I haven't. And it's crazy. And I'm talking about when I'm like on the go on my phone, I don't expect much when I'm on 4G LTE, but then where I expect to get like stutters and dips because I'm going in this area or that area of wherever I'm at, and I'm fine. It's weird. But I love it, and it's not perfect every time, but my thing is I'm always patient with these kinds of things because it's the innovation, it's the building, it's the growth, I'm one of those people that never expects something to be perfect today. It's going to get there tomorrow. You just got to be willing to get to tomorrow. You got to take that time.
Tomorrow's coming quick though.
Hey, because it's my birthday, we got GT.
Yeah.
Wait, no, RTX 3080.
And another thing, guys, is like, shows like, Cloud Gaming Extreme, they're helping consumers with your choices. And people, you do have choices and you have options, and you want your money's worth. If you're gonna spend money and you want a game and you want a game right, listen to these guys, listen to the experts, listen to what they tell you. It's good. It's good information. I've listened, and it helped me out with my gaming and my choices. So.
And
I'm telling you, like with GeForce Now rolling out this month with the 3080s and the tier and the insiders program that Xbox is doing the cloud gaming testing on the consoles, I would say in about 3 months, cloud gaming there's going to be a lot more believers in the fact that it's a viable solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I had my original Xbox and everybody was laughing at me. I got this big dude. Have you ever seen the original Xbox controller?
Man,
and
love it.
Like when I was playing, like we used to play Halo and we used to hook up the TVs. I'd have a TV in the car. I'd have that thing in the car, and people would laugh. but you have to understand that things do change and it just gets better and it evolves. And I'm just me witnessing this from the very beginning into what is like what's going now. I'm just excited. I'm really happy about it.
You know, I was gonna Maker of Chaos just made a comment, and the other cloud gaming services. So I will say Luna for a bit, like it was a lot of fun for me, but there were certain games that were borderline unplayable for me. Star Wars Pinball was one of them. The reaction time on that with Luna just wasn't working for the longest time. I got on that this week and I played that for longer than I'd like to admit, because they finally nailed down the latency on that enough that Pinball works really well on Luna.
I did notice that before when I first tried it. Yeah,
it's a huge difference from even like a month ago. And I tried this out like a couple days ago.
I want all these platforms because I think as consumers should have options. And I think like, I mean, I'm not going to buy my son a 3080 whatever because he's too young. And he, you know, I mean, that's something that daddy was going to want to play. But something like Luna with the family channel and the couch, that's really good. It's really good. The family, the kids games and stuff like that. And it's honestly, guys, it's not that much. It's not that much.
I mean, if you have Luna Plus and the family channel, it's $9.99 a month, I think.
Yeah.
And you get like 120 games with that.
Right.
You should be a part of Prime. Anyway,
different conversation.
Cough, cough. No, but what I was gonna say is you know, we know more about what goes on in cloud gaming because we pay attention to the back end of it. But at the end of the day, I want everyone to understand that cloud gaming in general and all of the platforms that are out right now is just beneficial to everyone because it's getting everyone to game, to have a good time, to get out of the mess that we've been in for the last 2 years, you know, to reach for something more beyond themselves, so to speak. And I think it's a beautiful thing. You know, we will nitpick at the details and semantics and contracts and happenings in the industry and all of that. But at the end of the day and beginning of the day, you know, cloud gaming is a hell of a drug. No, cloud gaming is a beautiful thing. And the fact that we do have all of these options is absolutely, like, it doesn't get better than this right now. And it's going to get better than this. And that's what's crazy. But as the saying goes, it doesn't get better than this. You know, I'm glad that, you know, we all have our families and our kids, and I'm happy that we're able to provide them with, you know, as Ray said, options. And we're able to provide ourselves with the toys that we've been, you know, dying for. So everybody wins, right?
Hey, what sounds better, a $500 console or just $100 subscription for something that is awesome coming the holidays? You know, I mean, yeah,
that's a pretty cool point. Like, you open up your Christmas present, it's a subscription for 6 months to an RTX 3080 of the GeForce Now. Like, I'm actually thinking. They only have gift cards right now for priority. I know that's because there's only so many pre-orders, right? They don't have enough. Right. But eventually, if we can get that,
they will.
Oh man, that'd be a great gift card.
Yeah, yeah.
Moon Dancer 3000 says, "Good morning. Just saying hi real quick. Y'all look a little like night crawlers indeed. Keep on having fun. Awesome. Thank you, Moon
Especially
Dancer.
Here. It's like 108.
Holy crap! Oh my goodness!
Yes,
it is.
Only,
work at like 6.
Only 10:08 for me.
So with that being
it's
said,
11 for me.
With that being
happy
said,
birthday!
I would be making content till now anyway. So I finished my news video for the morning early, 2 hours early today, so I could be here.
Well, this
and
is
then
fine,
when we're done, I'm going to bed. So I would normally be going to bed. Like
I go to bed.
anyway.
I go to bed at like 1 a.m. most nights, and a lot of the times Jerry's still up making videos,
Like
and that's like 2. Oh, that's like 3 a.m. for him.
Bro, you live.
It has happened.
That's
Yes.
what we do. So okay, with that being said, Jerry is right. We actually this first episode was supposed to be
bro.
This is supposed to be an hour. I swear every podcast goes through this. But before we get to my last question on this topic and to close out the show, I would like to propose a toast because it is my birthday in a few hours. And these are some good friends of mine that are here. And I would like to celebrate with them and, you know, take a shot and have a toast.
Somebody was giving these out for Halloween.
If you would put that in the show notes,
I'm out of alcohol.
What did you say?
I'm out of alcohol. Had I known, I would have gone on bites.
You gotta put alcohol
you.
in the show notes.
I DM'd you.
Cheers with some non-alcoholic stuff.
Wait, you gotta wait for the cheers, bro. You can't.
All right, I'll wait.
Come on now. All right. So, cheers. No, to, you know, I guess 36 years, but on the subject of what we're doing here right now, thank you guys for being here on the very first episode of Nightcrawler's podcast, the grand opening episode. It means the world to me. And I couldn't ask for a better panel to have with me tonight. You guys have been spot on. You have shared great points. I hope to share this stage, so to speak, with you again in the future. I would love to have you all back. And thank you for being here to help me celebrate, you know, my birthday and to celebrate being able to rise back up from the ashes, if you will. You know, I want to acknowledge that it was hard, but I'm here now. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to celebrate it. And I want to celebrate it with good, like-minded, you know, good-spirited people. So thank you guys for being here. Happy holidays and cheers.
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 Pretend that's vodka.
I'm pretending it's whiskey.
All right. So last question on this subject, and then I'll let you guys go. Sorry for keeping you overtime, but thank you. I appreciate it. Love you guys. The last question I have then, because Ray brought up this point when he mentioned his monitor. I have an LG monitor that is 1080, 144 hertz. And then I have my M1 MacBook Air. Jerry, what will both of them do for me as far as quality and resolution?
So in theory, your MacBook should pick up the external monitor's high refresh rate. So with GFN on your MacBook, you should be able to do 1080p 120 output to that monitor on the 3080 tier. So that would be good. That's actually something I'm trying out with another laptop I have here for a video, trying to do external. I'm testing like external devices to see what will kick in and what won't. But you should be good with that. That would be you'll be fine. But something like an iPad won't do that because we're browser only. So we're locked down to 60, even though I have 120 FPS on my iPad. I can't use it.
For real.
So it's frustrating. Yeah, it sucks. It's frustrating. But it still runs great on there.
TOS,
but yeah, Apple ticks me off. But anyway, I like the iPad, whatever. But yeah, so you'll get that. And, you know, you do get to keep your in-game settings on the RTX 3080, which is actually a pretty cool little box to tick in your app because it works perfectly. Like how it's hit and miss on the priority, like it might reset your settings every time. I've never had that happen yet on the 3080. So that's been super nice. But yeah, with your setup, you shouldn't have any problem getting your 1080p 120. Make sure you've got adaptive sync going on, and you'll be good to go. 1080p 60 like Ray, I would say priority, you are good to go. If you get into high refresh rate or higher resolutions, worry about the 3080. But with your setup,
I love my priority. And then
plus you're starting to get 3060s on that priority, and they are banging.
Thank you. Exactly.
Thank you, Maker of Chaos 12, for being here. It was great to have you.
Chaos.
Great to have you. Okay, so break that down one more time because I'm lost. So is it better to use GFN RTX 3080 tier on my M1 MacBook Air or on my monitor?
Both.
Shit. Okay.
Well, look, see, because even if I'm Ray, right? See, because I'm talking like it's good for what he's going to do, but I'm that nut that you guys keep talking about that needs the best of the best. So I can't help it. So even at 1080p 60, I'd be like, well, I still want a 3080 because I still want ultra every freaking thing with ray tracing and solid 60. And yeah, because a solid 60 is still good. Yeah. So, you know, for me, I still want it. But if you have the option of high refresh or you're going to have a Shield TV later or anything, the 3080 just makes sense anyways. But for me, it's like I would want it regardless.
Doesn't the MacBook Air, the M1, doesn't that have HDR though? Wouldn't that be better than a 1080 monitor that
144
Well,
doesn't?
HDR is only supported on the Shield TV.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
it
right.
is those are locked down. Yep.
It's not
because most PC gamers
yeah.
do not want HDR because PC gaming monitors have horrible HDR.
They do.
Like all of my 1440p monitors are curved and have HDR, and I will never turn HDR on. It is horrid. The nit, the brightness, it doesn't do it. It doesn't work for HDR.
So I should leave
GFN was
HDR
smart, right?
Yes.
And it wouldn't work anyway.
Yeah, see,
GFN was smart to target.
Curve.
Curve is the way. There's no going back once you go curve. It's just
On a monitor, not on a TV. I would not do
I
a would not do a monitor.
I have a
TV.
curved monitor. No, I want a curved monitor so bad, and I want a ultra wide. Oh my god, spread it.
No, it's not like
not ultra wide, man. I don't
You
know.
should see
I gotta
Holt's
have multiple.
You should see Holt's monitor.
Yeah,
Really? Oh.
He
Yo,
dumped a ton of cash on that.
He hasn't done his
shout out
wire
to
management.
Shout out to Holtz. Okay, I
Holtz.
when I ever
Holtz.
did podcasts with Holtz, he was always good energy for me. Like shout out to Holtz. I'd like to get him on the show if he's down.
We're actually doing a show with Rock.
Oh,
You'll
great.
see it.
He mentioned something about that.
Yeah, so you'll see.
That's cool.
That's tight. Okay, cool. Yeah, let him know. I'd love to have him on the show in the future.
The problem is it's going to be like 4 a.m. for him. We're doing the show.
So
shit, yeah, that's right.
So ultimately, I'm okay using my monitor versus my M1 MacBook Air. Like, which one would be better? Essentially, is the question, I guess.
Theory, if latency is good, your external monitor is going to be better if you can tap into the 120.
Yeah, true. Okay.
But I think you're going to have a really good experience on either one. But on your 60 hertz monitor, do yourself a favor, unless you're in a competitive shooter, and lock your frame rate down to 60. Because a game running above 60, but streaming at 60 and then looking at it can get lost frames and janky, yes. But if you lock the game to 60, you'll get a super smooth, badass experience on a 60 FPS monitor.
So if I have a 144 hertz monitor,
you're going to go for 120 on there, both in your app and in game if possible.
This is tech talk.
It's too much. We can go for it. We can get in.
I love tech talk. On the next episode of Night Crawlers podcast.
Dude, some
even
people
though
don't
my
even
brain
know.
is shutting down, I'm still good to go. I can still get in there.
Some people.
Dusty said he loves tech talk, but what he meant was TikTok.
Not those dancing TikToks that you just can't stop scrolling. No. Oh my god, I can't.
Okay, well that was good. That's what I pretty much ultimately wanted to know because they had a lot of good things to say about using it on an M1 Mac, and I was like, oh god, that's amazing. But then I looked at my monitor, I was like, but I just bought this monitor from Costco. Was this a waste of money for the RTX 3080? But if you're saying that regardless, you would still get it. I mean, I'm like you, I'm like-minded. I love tech and I love jumping on tech. Sometimes I need to not jump on so much. Pause. But I'm excited and I can't wait to beast this thing. I have no idea what I'm going to play first. I really don't.
Riders Republic, don't lie. If you have this today or tomorrow, whatever it is for you there, you're going to jump into Riders Republic first and you're going to go for it, most likely.
And then maybe Watch Dogs and Cyberpunk, because those look really good on there too.
You'll want to know.
If you guys don't know, which is, sorry, Ray, what did you say?
I said I saw a Cyberpunk stream and I was blown away.
Yeah,
you should see Jerry's footage of Cyberpunk on that.
I was playing it earlier, actually.
I know, but
yes,
but not in StreamYard. Like watch it on his channel.
Side, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get this going at 1080p on the stream sometime in the future. But what was I saying? Riders Republic definitely, because that world, I'm gonna want to see that at the best possible quality I can.
Not just that, the 3080 does, as good as the latency is now on priority with the updates, the 3080 is still better. So when you jump into a fast-paced game like Riders, you're going to notice it. You're going to feel that it's just that much more response, just a little bit better than what the priority is. I think you'll notice.
Man, I can't wait.
Latency and visual quality. So like I said, even if you're 1080p 60, you're still going to get the best latency that you can get. You're still getting an SSD that's super fast for load times. Like there's almost no load time in Riders. Like you were on a 2080 and I was watching you load up. that load time is like half that on the 3080 because it's the SSD's just it's moving it. Yeah,
and then it got
an all around feel.
And then it got to a point where it was getting nothing but 1080s. I was like,
yeah, I had a 1080 last night too on my priority. I was like, what? I was like trying to record something. Like, no, I'm not.
Which nothing against the card, but when you're playing Riders Republic, that 1080 shows.
I got like a 1060 or something. Like I got like a horrible one. And then like I logged out and logged back in and I had a 3060. So it's like,
oh, nice. Yeah. Most of the time I was getting a 3060, but I feel like everybody and their mama was on that 3060 at that time.
Yeah,
man. Okay. Well, as far as the topic of GFN RTX 3080, is there anything else that anybody would like to add before we head out?
Latency, guys. Also remember that.
Yes.
The latency is
phenomenal.
Amazing. Yes. Yeah.
Ray.
Jerry is a huge like latency snob, and so is Marchie. and they have both been blown away by this. Yeah, like they've been talking about it so much.
I'm gonna attest to this because I have worked with both Ace and Marchief and have learned a little bit from Obi-Wan Jerry himself. But I can definitely attest. I can definitely attest that is a true story indeed. And if they are impressed by the latency or blown away by it, I mean, I don't even know if I'm really going to notice because I don't have their eyes, but I know I'm just going to absolutely fall in love. And that's what I was going to say for Watch Dogs Legion, because Ben, you mentioned that. If you guys don't know, you can go on LuTube. Wow, it's made by Lou. You can go on YouTube and search up Lo-Fi Legion, and you'll basically find a lo-fi mix curated by Chill AF or Chill as Fuck on YouTube. And it is pretty much a ride along around the city of Watch Dogs Legion, around London, if you will. If you guys didn't know, in Watch Dogs Legion, if you get into any automated vehicle and just put on auto drive, you will explore the entire map. You don't have to have a waypoint. It'll just go around the entire map. You can play the radio. You can play your own music. And it's actually just a great vibe just to have on in the background. So check out Lo-Fi Legion. Because of the RTX, what this has to do with the RTX 3080 is LubeTube. Yeah, that's what I almost said. That's what I almost said, but I didn't. But I hate y'all. But and now we have more viewers because I said God damn it. Anyway, the point I was trying to I hate y'all. The point I was trying to make is with the RTX 3080, I'm now excited to get back on that and do another episode of Lo-Fi Legion featuring another mix by Chill AF. That is something that I really enjoy doing when I'm working on my computer. I will have Watch Dogs Legion on Stadia or GFN or whatever, just running like on my other monitor, and I'll just have the car explore the entire city while I'm doing my work. Like, it's very therapeutic for me. I love it. It's good vibes.
I've never thought about doing that. I like that idea.
No, it's really, really chill. I might have mentioned that to you a long time ago. Just find your favorite music mix, put on Watch Dogs Legion, find a vehicle, put on auto drive. You don't need a waypoint, and just do your work or just chill out. I promise you, it's a vibe. Please watch.
What's really funny about you saying that is I made 2 videos similar to that and uploaded them, didn't have the guts to put them live and deleted them. It was Valhalla on a horse, like doing its thing for like an hour, and then I had the car one on Watch Dogs with full ray tracing and everything through a night-day cycle, driving around. I was like, I'm just gonna post this as like an atmospheric, like a whatever. I was like, no, it's freaking stupid. So I got
go
rid
back
of all
and
that.
do it.
I
go
washed
back and
away
do it.
all that crap.
Go back, because guess what? I'm sitting here. I'm like, damn, I never.
Yeah, I started that series and I quit it.
So
just let it run for like 6 hours while you're working, and then just like record that whole 6 hours and upload it.
Yeah, that's what I was working on, like huge chunks that people could just play. Yeah. But I'm like, no one's gonna do that. Like,
I mean,
maybe I'll make a separate channel just for gaming.
It's like moving wallpaper.
Yeah.
Think
That's
about
crazy that you brought that up.
I have a black and white that I did because I was able to cop the Rolls Royce that they have in the game, the really old classic one. I was able to get in one of those, so I put it in black and white because on GeForce Now you have the ability to add filters where you can change the environment of your game. So what I did was I added the cinematic bars. I put black and white, and I found a Beatles lo-fi mix playlist. If you guys didn't know, my first name is actually John. I was named after John Lennon. My parents are musicians, so I found a Beatles mix, a lo-fi Beatles mix, to put over that video. I haven't done it yet. I've been holding on to it, but it's really nice, bro. It's really, really nice. I would honestly agree with Ray. I would just not talk anymore and just agree with Ray. Just do as he says. No, and I would agree with Ben, and I would agree with myself. GTP, you have the technology to give us what we want. And what we want is a cityscape view of Watch Dogs Legion.
I will listen to it, I promise.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
check
crazy.
out Lo-Fi Legion, which was done by myself, but GTP, please do that, because it's and like I said,
Hello
guys,
there.
do this for yourselves, you know. Damien Caro says, I love the Beatles. Oh, what's up, Macca? Macadamian in the building. Unitrix, hello there. Hello, Unitrix. We about to end the show, but all good.
Well, we got our wonderful people out there in the UK, man. They're like getting up, waking up.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
They're waking up, having their breakfast.
As a professional dancer, I have visited the UK. I did teach a masterclass and a workshop with my dance crew out there. Much love to the UK, and shout out to Pineapple Studios in London. What was I going to say? I changed my name, but I should change it back.
I'm surprised he's still up, because it's like he's right there with Jerry. I mean, same time zone.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this, Macca. As a stage performer, which is probably the third time I'm saying this in the show, I focus on what's presentable to the outside public. Okay. And I mean this seriously. No, you shouldn't change your name back. Damien Caro has a very good ring to it, and I think everybody here would agree. So
I agree. When the name popped up, I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool name.
Mr. Caro.
Like Caro Emerald.
Yeah.
She's got some good music.
Damien Caro. I tried it. Anyway, well,
Jerry's about to start telling me to shut up so he can go to bed.
I was literally about to outro the show.
Another subject. I was getting ready to say shut up.
I was about to outro
Don't
the show.
start
Shut up.
I said, well.
Well,
all right, guys, we're done for tonight. And then you, dang it. All right. Well,
just click end. There's no outro.
All right, bye. Click. No. So thank you guys so much for joining the first episode of Nightcrawlers Podcast. Let's all clap it up one time. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, that was more than one. You said clap it up one time. Okay.
Uncle Jerry is preoccupied mentally. Anyway, so burning pine cones. Anyway, so I hope that everybody here has enjoyed themselves. I hope everybody enjoys, the rest of their week going into the weekend. For those of you that pre-ordered the RTX 3080, just like myself, I can't wait to jump in with you. For everyone waiting for the next wave to hit, when it finally hits you, I promise it will be absolutely amazing. Shout out to every one of the communities that follow Ray, GTP, and Ben, as well as myself. We appreciate and love you all. Macadamia Nut, we appreciate you as well, brother. You've been a great friend in the Discord community, and thank you for saying the happy birthday as well.
Yeah,
that means a lot. Thank you, Ben. It's been a weird, interesting, hard, long 36 years, but it's definitely been rewarding, and that is the main thing. So I'm very happy. So thank you guys. And Maka says happy 3080 day. Absolutely. So with that being said, do you guys want to say byes or just let's go? Yeah, that's it.
Have Peace fun out with them 3080 guys.
Nope.
Oh,
enjoy.
Sorry. Shout out your social media tags so people know where to find you.
I'm Ray3473, the gaming sideboard. Just look on Twitter. I post usually what I'm about to do. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Cloud Nation TV with Dr. Spaceman Vet, JD, and Maker of Chaos. and housemates with Rock and Holtz
Nice.
and Vet.
Nice, brother. Nice. Jerry, you?
Yeah, man, Game Tech Planet on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And GFN News is ready for the morning. So
Sick,
go.
bro. We can't wait. We can't wait. And Ben, how about yourself?
Primarily on Twitch. You can find me at Cloud Trip and Entertainment. I just posted the link in the chat, so you can keep an eye on that. Yeah, come have fun with me.
Nice. And then you can find myself on Twitter at Dusty Fredericks. Fredericks is spelled I-X instead of I-C-K-S. That's actually a shout out to my old dance crew. And you can find me on YouTube at Dusty. It's just Dusty right now. I don't know if that'll make it difficult to find, but I promise I'm there. Just go to my Twitter. And then obviously you can find me here at Nightcrawlers Podcast. Now, as of now, every week. And I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope to connect with all of you soon. And as always, stay safe, stay clean, stay dusty. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace, y'all. Don't look at me like that, Ray.
Stay dusty.
Because I'm dusty.
Like
Dusty Nation.
Dusty balls. Dusty.
No.
Dusty.
Like, because I don't shave.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
The balls.
Click it.
He said the balls. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.